wait until I find out exactly that I'm live. So I'm looking at you guys. I'm just, give me 1 second. We're going to make sure that we're working live and that we're all good to go. I seem to be live. So we're going to give it a few minutes until you guys find me. And I'm also going to set up my laptop so I can see it. 2 things at once. Okay, there we go. Let's load the volume. Okay, I can see myself and I see you guys. Okay, perfect. Hi there. So I'm just working things here on the laptop while I'm looking at you guys. Okay, perfect. Okay, Leah is there today. Hi, Leah. So, hello, everyone. I hope you guys are doing great. Like I said, we're going to give it a few minutes to make sure that you guys can find us, and then we're going to get started. My name is Nathalie D'Souza. I'm part of the video education team for Pinkfresh Studio, and I'm going to be your host for the day. So just a few things, like I said, once I flip the camera, it'd be a little bit hard for me to read comments. So Leah will be the one helping you. She's under Pinkfresh Studio, just in case. I thought it was going to be Heather, so I was going to be like, hi, Heather, but it's Leah. I hope you guys are doing great. Let us know where you're watching from. I'm in Toronto, Canada right now, and if you guys are close to Canada, then you guys know that there's a huge forest fire happening in 3 provinces in Canada. Very sad, which means we're under a haze. Honestly, it smells like a campfire outside. Literally, I'm waiting for the marshmallows to show up. It sounds bad, but when you go camping, that's what it what it smells like. It is not a good time to take pictures because you have that haze in the air. I don't know, it's weird. It's very weird. I saw pictures. I have some of my family that lives in in the States asking what is happening. Are you guys okay? We're like, yeah, we're fine. I think because of the current of the air yesterday, actually part of the states, got, a lot of the bad smoke, but today we have it. It's not so heavy. It's just the smell and it's lingering. And like I said, my clothes, smell like a campfire. So, yeah, is that it's very weird. I'm gonna tell you, it smells literally like a campfire. And I don't like camping, but it is horrible. There it hasn't rained here in Canada, but in this part in Toronto in a few weeks. So I know that their parts are really dry in Canada too. So we're hoping and praying that this is there's a solution for this and we can get to a better place. So I'm just checking my phone, making sure everything is okay. So I see that we're live. I'm just gonna not turn it off, but mute it. And then we're gonna flip. You see, I haven't done that yet. So there we go. So a few things before we flip the camera. So remember, every time you comment and share at the end of the live, Leah will pick up a winner for a gift card to the $15 gift card to the Pinkfresh Studio, shop. There are a few promotions happening. I can't remember what's the promotion for this week that's about to finish today, but remember tomorrow there's a new promotion, and at the same time you can sign up for the crop and connect for the holiday event, for the card event. So make sure you line up, and I will see you there. So today we're going to work with tourist mode, and we're going to go just with paper manipulation. Today is going to be all about paper and using the collection. I'll be back next week with another project using tourist modes, and then we'll bring some dies and play a little bit more. But for today, we're just going to focus on the collection. So I'm going to flip the camera. If there's any questions, like I said, Leah will be there to answer them. And every so often, I will look around to make sure that we're okay. So I see a lot of people here. I see Esther and a few of us. So I'm gonna flip the camera and let's get started. So remember, it takes one button for me. There we go. So you can see that it's quite bright because I had to add extra lights. Like I said, it's really hazy here, so I added an extra light. It's really bright, my table. But I have the entire collection here. I have my ephemera. I have my journaling bits over here. I have my 6x6 paper pad and all the stuff, puffy stickers, some chipboard stickers, cardstock stickers, my alphas, my enamel dots. So I'm going to move them to the side. I have my 12x12 in my 6x6. So first things first, I have for my background, this is an 11x17. I'm going to cut it to 11x11. Okay. So I just put the trimmer here on the side. So let me just move this stuff out of the way. And then I'm going to tell you what my idea was, what my idea is. And like I said, today is all about paper. We are going to do like some fun thing. The collection is really graphic. If you guys know Geraldine Tai, I think that's how you say her name. She is from actually Vancouver, if I'm not mistaken, in Canada. She is the owner of, or the face behind In a Creative Bubble. And I love her stuff and she knows it. So she designed this collection and it's like really graphic with beautiful details and it's super versatile. I'm going to tell you that right now because you can do a lot of documenting. It's even though it says tourist mode, obviously it is a travel collection. You can actually document every day. There's sentiments about talk about staycation. There's some florals in it, but more in a very modern look. So again, I have my 11x11, so you already know that I'm going to frame it with one of the papers in the collection. So don't throw this away, you know. And this is actually Hammermill cardstock. This is just a 60 pound. It's good for like, you know, my bases or my 6x8, but I found it really helpful when I have to like, you know, create like something that is going to be framed. So we are going to get started. And I really like, you know, have an idea what paper I wanted to frame this with. And I want to use this. And I love this little bubble situation that is happening here, but I already know that I want it like this. Okay, and I'm not gonna waste that. I am going to cut the inside of this because I don't want to waste it. The name of this paper is Magical Place. And I was thinking about this area to frame it too. You can go either way, but I'm gonna show you the pictures. And this is my sister. Let me cut it. This is my sister. We don't look anything alike, by the way, okay? My brother-in-law, my nieces and nephews in the last trip to Mexico. And yeah, I have a lot of vacation pictures that we haven't documented. And every year I build albums for my sister and I give them to them for Christmas. I always give her an album with like layouts and stuff like that I built for her throughout the year. And she loves them and she keeps them. And you know what? And my family loves them. Like my sister and my nephew and nieces, they love that stuff. So I have these two photos and there's a lot of blue in it. So when I went through the papers, I, you know, play with that and I really like this because it's going to make the pictures pop. It just kind of like, you know, works nicely with the pictures. So let's get started with creating the frame for this already. So we know. Let me just clean up my table because I have my guillotine here on the side. Let's go back to the paper trimmer. So I'm going to go ahead and take, I don't know how you call it. I call it the branding bar, but people, the UPC bar, I don't know. There's so many names for it, you know. But here we go. So did you guys check the IG hub for the tourist mode collection? It's happening right now. Make sure you check it out. The winner will be, it's the next week that you're gonna announce the winner, and there's lots of inspirations, so many beautiful projects. So make sure you check them out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use my guillotine for this because even though I can put this here, I don't want to waste all the paper. So I am actually going to take the frame, like the bubble part from inside. So I'm gonna make it an inch. So I'm gonna go start my blade at 11 and stop at 1. 90 degrees. Again, line it up at a 1 inch here. Again, I'm gonna start a little bit around a 1 and 1/8 because I don't want to pop this out until I'm completely finished. So I'm gonna make sure that there's a little piece of paper, you know, holding on to the rest. Just for some reason, my thing is not lining up. I'm just trying to line it up here. There we go. So go all the way to 11. You're gonna see that I'm gonna leave a little bit of there to keep it in place. So let me just trim this. Gonna go in a bit. Stop it a little bit before the 1. So you're gonna see that I'm holding it just like there's a tiny little piece of holding it here. And then we're gonna go over here in the last one. Let's see. And there we go. So if you're planning on traveling, go ahead and order the collection. You're gonna love it. So here we go. You're gonna see that even though I cut my frame, I did not go all the way through. So I'm able to work with it without having to what's his name? Worrying about is the frame straight. Just after when I'm finished, all I do is take it and pull it out. So I already know that this is gonna sit there. It's gonna frame it. So I'm gonna set this aside and not worried about it. So pictures of my sisters. So I have this. This is when they went to play at the Carmen. They went for an outing. So, she sent me all these pictures and I wanted to frame them. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to print them. And I wanted to print them to the size of the chipboard frame, what comes in the chipboard stickers. But they were really my sister took their pictures with her phone. So they are 3x4. So they're a little bit more elongated than the square frames here. So I tried to size them to a square and I lost a lot of the detail. And I thought that because especially when you are documenting something that has for example, in here, she has the monument on the background. I did not want to lose that. So instead of actually, doing that, I actually printed them. These are 2.5 by 3.5. So I try to keep the ratio that, the original pictures at, but I do want to frame these pictures. So I'm going to create my frames. So I have the measurements here. So I pulled already, sorry. Let me just bring it here. My 6x6 paper pad, I'm going to go for this paper. So I cut, the size of it is 4 3/8. So 4 3/8 right here. And this is 3. So I just simply trimmed. I have my pieces here. So let me show you exactly how it's built. Okay. Let's build it up for you guys to see it. Yeah. So I'm going to cut 4 3/8. Take this piece and then cut it in 2 pieces. Then I have 2 3x2, 3x4 and 3/8. So I have all the measurements here. It's a little bit shiny. Like I said, there's a lot of light because trust me, it's really hazy here. So I needed to pump the lights for today. So then I'm gonna need my little cutting mat here to do this. So I want to make sure that when I put my pictures, and you're gonna see why I did this. It's gonna frame it and leaves a little bit of an overhang. So I'm gonna create my own frames for my pictures. That's what I'm doing. So I have one, I already created one. I was playing with some paper. And like I said, then I did another one with the measurements. Okay, so let's see here. So remember, 3 inches in width, 4 3/8 in height. So I want to leave a 3/8 of an inch to create the inside frame. So a ruler is going to be my best friend for this. So 3/8 of an inch. 3/8 of an inch. Same thing here, 3/8 of an inch. You can create your own frames. All I'm doing is I wanted to find a way that I can, create my frames for this. So that I don't lose, like I said, the ratio of the original picture. It's a little bit longer than a square. I tried to trim it into a square to fit into the chipboard frames. Didn't like the look of it. I lost a lot of the definition. So I opted to create my own frames. So then I'm gonna measure 3/4 from the bottom, 3/4 of an inch, sorry. So 3/4 of an inch over here, and then it's 3/8 from the side. 1 2 3/8. Okay, so 3/4 of an inch. 1, 2, 3, and 3. So I have it right there. So all I have to do right now is just use your craft knife or whatever you have. I have a box cutter because my craft knife, for some reason, it's, when you press, my blade is going like wonky. So I'm just going to be, careful this way. So 3/8 of an inch. I have my little dots there in place. And I'm praying right now that I don't, go crooked like I did before. So here we go. And I'm sure there is a cut file if you want to go that way. I'm sure that there is dies that cut this, but you know what? You can make them yourself. Just use a ruler and a craft knife, or you can use also your trimmer to do this, but why not? And so let's just clean up the edge here. There we go. Here we go. And let's clean up the edge here. Oh, and I'm just going to do this part here, and we are ready to get this going. I'm just going to make sure that it's straight. And this thing has a magnet. I don't even know how old this is. My mom had this. I don't know where we found it. And I was like, oh, a couple years ago, she's like, I don't think I need it. I'm going to throw it. I'm like, oh, give it to me. So I have it. And I love this little magnet ruler and the magnet. So I have it. I'm just going to clean the edge here slowly. So be careful if you're using a craft knife, be careful. Like I'm using a box cutter. So here we go. Frames are ready. There we go. So we have the 2 frames. I'm going to save the pieces because you never know, So I have my frames. Let's go ahead and back the pictures. And I chose this paper actually before, we'll go any further. Let me just clean up because I chose this paper because it actually picks up on the color of the monument they're standing in front of it. Like this. And it doesn't compete with any of the colors. There's a lot of blue. So I thought it was a nice compliment. Okay, so let me see here. There we go. So let's go ahead and just back them. Also this way, like, I could have gone this way too. See, I can go with white too, but I found it too busy. I don't want anything to take away from the picture. So instead, I went this way, more of a solid pattern. And I didn't want to go with blue. I went through all the papers trying to find one that, complemented this. So I'm going to use a fine tip bottle glue. And I'm going to add glue just at the edge that I just cut it. And then I'm going to do the smart thing. Put my picture. Bring it there. I printed my pictures with a bit of a white edge. So I knew that there was a little bit of space. Press. There goes my picture. Set it aside to dry. Let's go with the other one. So an easy way for you to create, and you can do like, if you create the frames, like very simple, like I said, just, I wanted kind of the Polaroid look. So just play with some dimensions, draw it in like, on a piece of paper, which is what I did. I drew it, I cut up, this is like my 3rd measurement one. I did a few and I had actually the pictures and I was putting them on top of the cardstock until I find the right measurements. And once, there we go. So let's put a, ouch. I just poked myself with the tip of the ruler. Don't ask how. Okay, here we go. Again. set up my picture straight using my mat. This one might be a little bit crooked, not completely straight. And you're gonna see that I even like, even though I'm using a ruler, I messed up with the craft knife. So I have my pictures ready. So here we go. See? Like, it's just gonna make them pop. I don't have to add much more behind them. And I want to keep this, like I said, because of the collection is like very graphic. I thought about like, going with that, something really like that's just going to speak to my linear side of things. So let's get this here. So I was thinking I can put them either here. I can put them over here. And you can make this bigger too. Once you're going to see what I'm going to do, I'm going to suggest that you don't go with very large pictures, especially if you create a frame for them, because then you're going to overtake your page. But I like this. Now I need to find a way to guide my eye to the pictures. For that, we're going to create guiding lines. So let's go through the papers once again. And I'm going to bring my 6x6 because I'm going to show you how to cheat. So I love this paper. I already know that I'm going to pull some of that paper. And I love this paper, but I'm going to go the 6x6 version of it. So I'm going to pull some 6x6 and I'm going to pull the two. I want these large strips from here because they're thicker than the ones in the 6x6 paper pad. So that's what I'm opting for those. I am going to use the 6x6 version of that. I like the fact that the grid is a bit smaller. So I'm going to use that one. Let's see what else I'm going to pull out from here. Okay. I don't want the mask. I like, so I'm going to pull the yellow and the orange from here. I think I'm going to pull the yellow, the orange, and the red from this. And I'm going to pull the cool color from the 6x6. So let's go at it. You see what my background looks like. Let's see my pictures. Let's go with the paper. So again, trimmer. And the name of this paper is Tourist Mode. So there's all these beautiful circles that it's going to pay me to cut them. But I really want this paper. I want the paper strips. And like, last week I was saying, oh, I'm waiting for my collections to arrive because I ordered a second set. So hopefully they arrive this week. So there we go. I'm going to pull out the yellow, the red, and the orange from here. I don't even know how wide they are. So let me just kind of measure. They're around an inch. So there we go. So that's right. I need to buy like new blades for my trimmers. The last ones that I ordered, okay, this is style for my trimmer. It's style I. This is me late at night without glasses going, oh, what do I read? I'm like, oh, style T. I don't know why. I don't have, I was going to bed and I realized that I need a new blade. The next day I get these blades. I'm like, because Amazon was my best friend at night. And the next day that I got my blades, I was like, these don't fit. And then I went, put my glasses on and realized that it's style I. So I was like, oh God. So I have no blades. And I think that I need to buy new one. So there we go. We're going to pull out these 3 lines. So this here, we're going to save for another project, even though it pained me to cut the paper. Trust me. Can I realize when I said I cry when I cut paper, which is true. Let me put this aside. Okay, let's bring back, I'm just going to bring back the 11 by 11 that I have here. So here we go. So like I said, find a corner. You want to find, for this design, you need to find a corner. So find it either here, wherever you want to place it. You want to find a corner, okay? So And my pictures, because everything that I'm going to put behind this is going to be like super graphic, super straight, I am actually going to give them a little bit of like an offset. So to make sure that I don't move them, I'm going to go and pull out a bit of, I have it here. Well, I have mint tape here, but you can use washi tape. So I'm going to hold them as this right now. I'm going to actually do this because there's a lot of empty space here. I'm going to overlap this a bit. You're going to see there's a little bit of an offset. They are not going to be straight, which is already giving me like, heart palpitations because I have a thing about straight pictures. But a little bit of washi tape and kind of an overlap a bit. There we go. You see? So fine, I should kind of like it down here. Okay, so my paper strips are going to come. Remember, like I told you, we're going to create guiding lines. So all the warm tones are going to be on this side of the page, opposite the sky. Okay, so my warm tones, you can leave a little line in between. See, the things that you can do just with paper. And all my cool tones are going to come this way. So you're going to have lines going vertically, and you're going to have lines going horizontally. Right where the lines meet, that's where you're going to pop your pictures, and that's creating a guiding line. So you're literally making the viewer go, ooh, here. And then by bringing the lines, ooh, here. That's where the lines meet. That's what's going to pop. Now, to create the lines horizontally, I'm going to use my 6x6. And you're going to say, well, they're not going to go all the way in. You're only going to see the lines maybe up to here, then the rest is going to be covered. So we're going to camouflage them. That's the name of the game. So let's move this out of the camera for now. And start pulling some of it. So remember, 1 inch, we're going to cut a 1 inch strip. 1 inch. Perfect. I might need to go a little bit. I'm going to cut another one. Okay, so I'm going to cut 2 of this. Yeah. Not just sitting it to the side because, so it's out of the way and it doesn't bug me. That's the best way to put it. So I have my pieces here because I like to hoard paper. So I'm going to pull out some blue. Let me just find something that is on the solid side of things. I like this one. Okay. Kind of find something that is, I want something that's more on the solid side. Let's go with this. Okay, so at 5 inches. 1. And I'm going to cut like another one, but maybe just 3 inches of this, just in case. I just don't want to cut the rest of the strips of the paper because I won't have any other paper left after that. So half of the paper is okay, cut up, and the other half I'm going to use it for another project. So there we go. And then I need a third paper. So let me just bring it here so maybe you guys can choose. Okay, that's better. I just don't want the table to look messy. So let's see what else do we have. I don't want to go anything that has yellow or red or pink. I want to go with the cooler tones of this collection. So I'm thinking that I might cut this one up. Let me just take a look. This one would have been nice, but see, like I told you, I've killed some of my paper already. No, we can go with this. Actually, I like this because it's a combination of the 2 colors, kind of like that at the top. See, like I'm telling you, I've killed my collections. So let's go at it. Let's do the smart thing. So I'm going to pull out 1 inch. And then I might cut around 1 inch by 3 inches-ish. Just in case. Okay, I might not need this one, but just in case. My processor is gonna do the job. Okay, so I have all my papers here. Let's build a layout. Okay, But let's clean up the table first. Okay. There we go. There we go. So, I have my paper strips here. Remember, at the top, you're gonna get wherever you're gonna put your, your image, because this is like, a design that is gonna help you in different ways. So let's say you wanna put it right here. You wanna put it here. Pick a corner. Don't go in the center, especially if you wanna like, camouflage. Pick a corner. So I'm gonna go down here. Okay, so I know I'm gonna use the grid on my background to help me with this, like the grid on the mat to help me with this. So we're perfect on time. I just looked at the time on the laptop to make sure that we're doing okay. So you want to make sure that wherever you place it, remember you have a 12 by 12 of this, so you have more of that. So make sure that the papers that you cut from the 12 by 12 create the longer line. So I know that I have more space to cover this way than this way. So I'm going to place my longer strips this way. Starting with the yellow, going to, let me see what looks better. Yeah, I want to work from light to dark. So I'm going to place this. Remember, this is 11 by 11. So let me just, so at around 2 inches from the right edge. Okay, so let's get some glue. Here and here. Okay. Next one is the orange. I'm gonna leave a little like a, sorry, I'm gonna sneeze. Oh my God. It's all the smoke in the air. Like seriously. I'm gonna say it's probably 1/8 of an inch. Exactly, ish, okay? Ish. So around it, you want to leave the little white strip. Remember, we're selling on the graphic. We're going to use the graphic design, like the linear design of this collection to work for us on this. Okay. And then we're going to go with the other one. Second, ish. Here we go. Okay. Picture is gonna sit right there. And I could actually extend the lines and put them at the bottom too. But instead, like I said, you can go and like create kind of like a, what would you call it? Like a weave design. If that's the way you want to go about it, you can do that too. But we're gonna go this way and finish our guiding line. So same thing. Remember how we're going from dark to light? Let's do the same thing for this one. So let's go with this pattern. And again, I'm gonna use my grid here to help me with it. So see, I only need 6 inches. That's fine. I'm just gonna make sure that, where I place it. There we go. So I'm gonna go with the green, kind of follow the look of that. So maybe this one I might have to add the extra. Let's see. Yeah, this one I'm gonna have to create the camouflage. So that's why we cut the little extra piece. So, and I just need enough to kind of, let's see, how many photos are gonna sit here. So I need enough to go all the way to here. That's it. Okay, so we're gonna make it match. Oh, it's gonna give me like, so let's just go. I just realized that we're gonna have to do a lot of camouflage in there. So you have the idea. And then this one is gonna go here. We're gonna have to lower this a bit more. Actually, I might not even need it. I don't need this. Oh, because remember, I'm thinking all the way to here. And this one here. Okay. Don't stress over that. I'm gonna cover that edge. So there we go. So see exactly where the lines meet. That's where you're gonna pop your pictures. And you can go with also like, the plain, ones that you had from like the 12 by 12. Like I said, if I use them, then I'm going to have another type of paper for another project. So we're going to play with this. So there you go. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue this in place. Do you use to get your ideas for your layouts? Oh, where do I get them? I don't know. I look at things and I go, oh, I don't know. Sometimes I look at things and sometimes it's the way the paper fell on the table. Sometimes I always talk about like beautiful backgrounds. So I will look at like, let's say a die and think, how can I use it, for a layout? For this, I love the lines, like the lines of the design. This is my type of collection, like a lot of linear designs. So all I'm thinking is, how can I make the best out of the lines? And I thought, you know what, something simple. It's just to create, and then just using some principles of design, like a guiding line, things like that. I don't know. Whenever I see something that I like, my Pinterest is full of things. Doesn't mean that I use them. I just like, to store them for later use, which I never get it. I don't know. It's anything. Like this week, for example, I'm gonna give you an example. My bathroom, needed a new sink. So we went to have like an entire reno on our washroom. And I told my husband, I don't know, like there's something about it. I wanted something like, we need to keep it like, similar to the other one, like to the major one. But I actually found a different faucet that had kind of this look. Okay, it kind of has like an angular look, and that's what the idea came from. So see, this, like, I don't know, my brain just works in funky ways. That's the best way to put it. Okay, so there we go. See, perfect, nicely there. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim the excess, and you really don't see the camouflaging. Don't forget, that's opportunity for us to embellish. So let's go ahead and trim the excess here. I'm just gonna use, I'm gonna say my pair of scissors, but let's just go with this. Okay. So there we go. And here you can actually, if you want to, you can distress the edges a bit if you want to. It's completely up to you. I just want to keep it clean for today. Like I said, today we're gonna do like nice and clean. Next week that I'm back again and we're gonna work with the same collection. I'll show you a different idea using a die or something from the shop. So a little extra. For today, let's just focus on the paper. So you see already, there's not much more that you have to do. So let's just besides embellishing, sorry. So let's just give you the look of the page. So you see a lot of lines, like a lot of lines makes for like and then you can actually, we're gonna switch to this. So there's like, a contrast to what these lines are going. I think it looks much better this way. Okay. So there we go. So let's go and now one of the things and build this up. So one of the things that I'm already looking at this, I need to pop this up. Like I need to make sure that there's some dimension here. So foam adhesive is going to be our friend. Well, it's going to be my friend. I know some of you guys are not a fan of foam adhesive. So there you go. There's a good layout for you guys without having to use the dimension. Me, on the other hand, I'm thinking, oh, let me see how can I make, and you're going to see what the difference, like here is the perfect place to show you what a little bit of foam adhesive does to your layout. So you took a look at what it looked like before I'm adding the foam adhesive. So I'm going to show you now that I add the foam adhesive, how the frames are going to pop and how the background is going to work nicely here. See now, you pop the frames, see the big difference that it makes? The background becomes the background. Before it was like just, nice and clean. But with this one, as soon as you add the foam adhesive, it just pops the pictures and makes them the star of your show. So foam adhesive, it is your best friend. Okay. It is my best friend, but okay, so let's go at it. See, we're doing great on time. So if I can do it, you guys can do it. Because I had to come up with the concept. So neither you guys know the guidelines. You guys can easily build this layout when you get your papers in less than an hour. Here we go. Like I said, remember, these don't have to go straight. They're a little bit like, on an offset. All I want to make sure is that I hide this hodgepodge of papers here. So there we go. Okay, so you think? Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and glue this. So if I go quiet, just like, very weird, my husband will be, what's wrong with you? Just because I'm working on this. And then we're going to embellish, and then we're going to use embellishments for the collection. I'm going to start looking. I'm already looking at things that are going to give it a little bit of movement. So think about things that are a little bit on the round side of things, just because, you're going very linear with your design. But sometimes simple designs is all you need to make your images pop. And I think when you're creating like you're documenting your vacations and stuff like that, especially like in places where you have like a nice landscape picture or like a portrait, you want to go very simple on your background so that the photos pop. And that's what I'm trying to do here. And that's what I said. That's what I'm creating my own frame, because then I don't have to cut the images and they can see the monuments and they can remember. I don't know exactly where they were. I know it's Playa del Carmen. So it's going to go ahead and glue this. I'm using the lines on the background to help me with this. And hoping that it's center. Okay. I'm not going to pop the back yet, but after I'll take it out. So I can't read the comments, but see, nice and clean. Let's go onto embellishments. Sorry that I'm, going under the camera, but I need to bring more embellishment. And also, let's take a look at the 6x6. There's some tags and stuff like that you can cut from it. So sorry, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just, trying to find that paper. Even though I'm organized today, there we go. I knew that there's a few papers here. There's a lot of cut apart in this collection, by the way. So, okay. Let's clean up to the side there. Okay, so title. Let's start working up the stuff. So I'm thinking color blocking. And you see how the light is dimming? It's because it's getting darker here. Outside it's getting like very dark right now with the smoke. So let's see. I'm thinking lighter colors. Title here, so that it stays within this, cool area. You can add the title here, but I'm thinking that I might actually just make it really heavy around here. So let's see. This is as far as I planned. The embellishment is going to what we're going to get right now. The embellishing is not, my forte. That's the best way to say it. See, but I love this. Let's see the gray. Go and play the great outdoors. So remember, I want to try to stay with the warm tones at the top and the cool tones to the left. So see this side. I don't want to make sure that when I add things, I don't want to cover the pictures. So I'm just putting stuff right now. Nothing is cemented on stone, and that's the way it's going to stay. This is me. We'll travel for food. I'm willing to go anywhere as long as there's good food. So I think I want to stay kind of like this. Let me see in the six. This is paper pie. What do I see? Okay. Let's cut this. And this also comes in the 12 by 12. So if you want it bigger, go at it. I just want to build on the embellishments here. Embellishments. And you see that I'm going very graphic today. So out. Did you guys come to the crop and what is it? Crop create and connect for the scrapbook one, because I know that Annette used this collection and she created a beautiful project and she used these little tags in a really fun way by the 12 by 12 one. And I'm going to not steal her idea, but build upon it. So these little tags, I need to get my little punch. Okay. Sorry guys, I have to go get it. And punch the little holes here. This is 1/16 maybe, but I'm gonna go 1/8. Eight. Oh. Yes, following the trio design situation that we have going. Remember, we're talking about camouflage today. So here we go. 1, 2, and 3. I'm just trying to lift up this a little bit so I can make one bigger than the other. Again, foam adhesive, my best friend. And I'm gonna make sure that it becomes your best friend too. So a little bit of foam adhesive on this one. There you go. A little bit of foam adhesive on this one. Remember, this is just making it go this way, pulling your eye that way. Okay, and a little bit of foam. Because I want this to go even deeper, I'm gonna trim the bottom part here. Okay. Right there. So I can add something here, even though I said I don't want to, but I think it needs to. And I'm gonna stay within that kind of orangey tone. Kind of like this brownish, I must see. Let's see, or something a little bit round. How's that? Not bad, eh? See? Have a little one. So we need to add one here. Let's go over here where we don't touch this area. I might still add more stuff there. I saw something here that I like. And I kind of need something that looks like a label or something like that. So here. I love cut aparts. Can you tell? I love cut apart. This is like the gift that keeps on giving. Okay, so we're gonna use this. Oh, gonna trim this here. And I just want that the part that says adventure awaits to read. There. There we go. Again, foam adhesive is remember you have a lot of this negative space here, which is okay. But that's what I said. You can go with bigger pictures too. But if you go with a bigger photo, don't add the frames because then you're going to, it's going to overwhelm your page. So there you go. Liking that. So let's keep going. See, into the journaling bits, I saw something that I loved. I don't want, like I said, I want to stay with the cool tones down here. So let's keep going. Okay, we need to kind of build it. I want to add my title here. So let's go with the title, which is our first one. That's usually the last thing I add, but I know what I want to add here. Where's that? There we go. Are we doing on time? Oh, perfect. Okay. Let me just clean up so it doesn't look messy. Let's see. Give me a title, please, guys. I know I want to put my title, and then it just like blew out of my mind. So, okay, I want to put out and about because I know that was outside of the resort. Oh, and there's ampersands. Yeah. Settle there. Yeah. Flip backwards. About. Okay, so where's the use? Oh, sorry, my brain is like, spelling the word backwards right now. Yeah, so my title is there. I need so much space to build up an embellishing. I need something that is going to kind of point it that way. So let me see if I find an arrow here. Oh, I knew that I saw an arrow. Do they have more of these different colors? Now I'm gonna go look for all this stuff. Do these come in different colors? I don't like this one here, like this. Yeah, for now, let's leave it like that. But I need something that says like Mexico down here. And I might have to borrow from another collection. So I don't have it handy because I didn't pull it today, but you're gonna see the word Mexico down here. And I'm gonna use the mini alphas from that was used a few days ago from the Sunshine on My Mind collection because they have like these tones. But I'm gonna spell the word Mexico down here. And for that, I have to go, like I said, I don't actually, you know what? If you give me 2 seconds, I'm gonna disappear for like literally 3 seconds. Okay, make it 5. Okay, these are from the Sunshine on My Mind collection. This is not on the supply list, but I think I need to add the word Mexico down here. So let's see. I think I want to go with the green for this. Actually, now let's stay with the blue. But it needs like a small little. Where's the C? Mexico. There's an I. And Leia, it'd be nice if this had numbers. Just saying. So I could put like Mexico 2019 or something like that, Find an E. Just add it to the wish list. I think this arrow now comes down here. Much better. Okay, I like that. I know. I have to. I'll tell her, but it'd be nice to have like 1 to 10, like 1 to 0, like 0 to 9. But there's my title. So lots of now journaling. I would probably add my journal lines here. I'm gonna show you. I'm like, again, I don't journal this because that's my sister's. I build them. I know that she likes to write on them for the kids to look at it, but my Lancer journal, most likely, I'm gonna super like softly draw them. We'll go here. We're still going to embellish more, but I'm just showing you where my lines of journal will be. There's going to be a lot of negative space in here. And then, you know what I'm going to do to show you, because I know some of my friends, some of you guys like the larger photos. I'm going to bring them so I show you where you can put them. So give me 1 sec. I always have pictures next to me. So you see my lines of journal will be right here. Okay, so plenty of space for you to add the lines. So we can still build more stuff here. So let's go with something, kind of a subtitle over here. It says like happy place. No, I don't like that. This must be the place. So let's go with something kind of on the green right there, picking up on the circular motif from there. So that's going to stay there. Again, form adhesive is our best friend. Okay, here we go. Okay. See, we need to bring other stuff here to build this up. So let's look into the cardstock stickers. Let's see, we need something that is going to give us, we need like an icon. We don't need like sentiment, because you already have the sentiment. So let's see. Oh, maybe the camera. Oh, look, I have a little ampersand. I like that. So let's go ahead and secure the geotag here. It needs something like a little tag or something. So I'm looking at the stuff here, or a label or stuff like that. And I have that gray there. I see this gray here. If you have never been to one of my lives, I'm going to repeat what I said. I am not afraid to cut die cuts to make them work for you. I just want this piece, just so I have like a match to that part there. Okay, so you see that brings the gray from here. I think I need to add gray somewhere else. So I think I need to add something over here. So I'm just, slowly building this up. I'm looking, I still need something else here. So let me see, what else do we have here? The little boat. No, I wish, you know what? Let me see. Love this place. Tourist mode. Let's see in the cut apart. It doesn't need to be like big or something. Little heart. A camera. A camera. No, too much. But the camera will look great over here. Okay, so let's add the camera over here. Oh, I love that. Okay, so let me see what else we're gonna put here. Let me look into the sweater parts. Dun, 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 dun. And you know what came to my mind now that I make that noise? You know that song from Mario, the beginning? Dun, 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 dun. I don't know, for some reason it just came to my mind. So again, I've always said that my mind is like, it's some screws loose up there. Now I can think it's the music when my kids used to play, like, video games. That's all in my mind right now. It's like playing over and over and over. So I'm trying to talk so my brain won't trip on that. So I'm gonna cut this M root here. I should never make noises. Because my brain is like replaying that song and that song over and over in my back. I just wanna I like that kind of the ticket to the place. There we go. Probably add the dates down here. I know what the date is, but I'm not going to. My sister can do all the writing in, one single handwriting. I like that. Okay, so let's see. We need to add more. We need to kind of build this up a little bit more. So let me just see here. Stay on with the tag. So I'm going to cut this one. And once we add this, I'm going to add some enamel dots and we are going to be done. So we actually did it on time. But like I said, if I, could do it in an hour and I had to plan it, you already know, so you can do it. So I want to kind of build it up here. Let me see. Yes, I'm going to go right there. So foam adhesive. Let's bring something else up there to kind of this little round tag. It's going to be a little bit crooked. So let's add a little bit of foam adhesive. And we're almost done. So don't worry. Okay, so there. It needs something else here. So let's see. Do we have a geotag? We already have a geotag. I'm gonna add this because I know nobody. Well, they are actually holding backpacks. So you see, I'm gonna add my little backpack right there. Actually, you know what? I don't like the backpack. This on the back, right there. I need something else there. So let's. Before we go, I want to finish that. Change of scenery. Love the city. I think I want something like a round again too here. But I have my round there. Let's see. See, when you have a new collection, everything looks so pretty and you just like, want to use it all, but restrain right now. Let's stay here now. I don't know. Something needs to go there. I'm just trying to see what it is. I think I want to go here like that. That's going to stay for this might change, but let's go with the enamel dots. Just to finish this. Sorry, I'm reaching underneath because I pushed them all the way out. Let's move this out of the way. We're almost finished. Okay, here we go. Yellow. You're going to follow the illusion of the line. Okay, so vertical. So we're gonna go here. And I'm actually gonna go with this bluish tone. Let's see where we're gonna put it here. Here. One. Middle. Small. Another one here, maybe higher. Okay, they're a little bit crooked, so I have to like straighten it out, which might be happening outside of the camera. But I think I want to go right there. So 1, 2, 3, and I need something down here. So let's see. Let's place some of that green down here. So 1. And I'm going to bring some of this little blue here. There you go. So this might. Okay, so this is going to help you just bring the lines down. I don't know if I need some here. We might. Let's just try it. Why not? So kind of coming from behind. There you go. Yeah, I like that. Maybe a little bit higher. So let's play with this a little bit higher. Yeah, I like that better. Again, I'm thinking snowman that is crooked. That's all that's coming in my mind. There we go. And this is driving me insane. It's crooked. No, coming down. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, so here we go. There you go. So Love how this turned out. I love the design of it. I love the graphic. I love the lines. Simple design, colorful. And I think you guys can do it. I'm going to flip the camera. I'm hoping that Leah can pick up a winner. Oh my God, you're in Australia. It's 4 a.m. Thank you for being here. I woke up at 4 a.m. today, but I wasn't as lucid as you are right now. So let me just flip the camera and we're going to, see if we have a winner. So there we go. Debbie at the Inspiration Station. Please tell me you own the place. That's a cool name. Congratulations. You're the winner of the $15 gift certificate to the shop. Email Leah at pinfreshstudio.com. Give her a few days because she has a lot of email to deal with. So, thank you so much for, being here. There you go, Debbie. Either you save it for what, what's coming up because there's a nice release coming up, or for register for the next, create and connect, and we'll see you there. Who's gonna register for that? Like, come on, it looks amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Leah, for helping while I'm not I can see what you guys are doing, or what you guys are chatting, because it's hard for me to do that. But thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being here. I am not promising the picture of the final layout today because it's really dark outside right now, so it's not going to be fun to take pictures, but I'll take it tomorrow and then post it. You can check my social media for it, or I'll actually add it, in the thumbnail here. As always, thank you for joining me, and I'll come back next week. Kathleen is on vacation, so I'm covering for her, and we'll work with another layout using this collection, but we'll do something a little bit different. So be prepared to have some dies or maybe some stenciling. We'll add extra, so it'll be paper plus. Okay, so I'll see you all next week. Thank you, Leah. Thank you all, for being here. Take care, guys.